Welcome back. We're live. The Two Alphas Talk. We're on YouTube, the Two Alphas Talk, and we're on Twitch, Saber Team 19, and we're on Facebook, Saber Team 19 LLC. Tonight we're going to talk to you about more Senate gun control bill. Plan. Well, the opening don't look like it's planned. Nope. We'll just go straight into the show. Yeah. What's up with that? I don't know. Oh my God. This one thing is another, ain't it?
It was playing on my end.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I couldn't see it. Let me go ahead and run it. All right. At this time, we're going to thank our sponsors for sponsoring the show. And if you go type in saberteamtactical.com, it'll take you to this website. And from there, go to the top right and click on classes. And from there,
we have private one-on-one classes, which is our big seller. A lot of folks, we get to do one-on-one, recognizing their current abilities, and we just expand on that. We push you a little bit and let people see what they can actually do and what that firearm will do for them. And private doesn't necessarily just have to be pistols. We also do private rifle and shotgun classes. We have basic training for self-defense. We have another one coming up July 30th. That's going to be pretty good, right? Nice and hot. Where you like it out.
yeah, right.
Semi-automatic rifles for self-defense is July 10th. That's another one. We get those. Everybody, these courses get you ready to take our big courses that come up in the fall. So our medical class, our tactical and gear class, those classes, these are like precursors, and they're not prerequisites, but they will get people. And we've had people say, "Well, I was going to take it, but I didn't know if I was ready for that." So these classes get you ready for those other classes in the fall.
Yep, they sure do. And we have some excellent classes also too. You finished?
Yeah,
you done?
I'm good.
Okay. So you can click on this great thing right here. It takes you to the online store. I keep forgetting to bring a plaque down when I'm sitting down here. I don't know why I keep doing it. Oh, I got something. We'll do custom laser engraving. If you guys didn't see this, this is the Saber Team Tactical phone stand. And usually all the students get these. And or if not, you can order one online. And then laser engraved, they have the website in the back with a QR code, and made on some nice wood there. Real stuff's real handy to use. And we have all types of swag and Saber Team Tactical.
Is the swag also customizable?
Yes, the swag is customizable. You have like the magazines. I have two different types of logos. That's if you order a whole full steel magazine, but the logo can look something like this, or it can be the other look where I just strip it and look like this. Now, if you just want the logos itself on there, the charge is a lot less than $12, and if you give them in the magazines, and be about 3 or 4 day wait, and you can have your nice swag on your own magazines that you pay for. I can put them on plastic. I can put them on metal. Plastic has 3 different colors. Colors is beige, tan, and gray. And on plastic. And with the plate carriers, and the favorite stuff we carry is the medical supplies. And Israeli bandages is the biggest one everybody needs. We get the 4-inch, 6-inch, and the Cat 7 tourniquets. All the medical supplies come from a medical supply house in North Carolina. All right. Tonight's show, we're going to talk about what's been happening. Everybody knows what's been happening. We want to thank you guys first, but if you guys are on YouTube, like the show, and subscribe if this is your first time seeing. If you're on Facebook, give us a like. Twitch, I don't know how that works. Still trying to figure out how that works.
Mm.
But everybody on Twitch, hello. Thank you for your support. So, with the gun control bills has happened, has been going on lately with the White House wanting to ban everything. Also, this here is a live show. You can text in. The number to call in is 404-692-0561. You can call in, and you can also text in from any of your streaming platforms that we're streaming right now, and we will answer your questions. So, gun control has really been something right now. So they had what was it, 10 point bill of different types of gun control measures that they voted on in the Senate, in the House. Well, it got pushed down to, it didn't pass. So they pushed it down to at least three things: red flag laws, raised the age limit of from 18 to 21 to buy rifles and shotguns. Still can't buy a handgun until you're 21. Also to what was the third one? I can't remember the third one.
Did you say red flag?
Yeah, I said red flag. It was a third one though. It's always a third one. Oh, something to do with a plan to need mental health resources to improve school safety and support students.
So harden the schools, basically.
I'm not sure if that's what they're really trying to talk about, is hardening the schools. They now, because they question this thing as mental health. So I'm thinking they're just gonna, put therapists in there. So when the kids report somebody that's, because the kids are reporting. So, and the thing of it is, like with this last kid we had, he was reported by students, and at least 22 times police went to his house. So they keep saying, say something. If you see something, say something. So the kids been saying something, but they haven't been doing anything.
That's the government.
Right. That is the government. The government failed us again, and they're constantly be failing us. And so that's why we cannot rely on the government to protect us,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that people are not understanding. I think they are, because with the overruns of people out buying guns right now, it's just ridiculous.
Absolutely.
And it has gone completely wild. But we got this bill's been pushed over to the Senate. Now we got big letdown because the GOP senators have 10 of them have went over to the other side and decided we need to do something about gun control. And it's really been crazy because what the senators are doing is they're actually taking themselves and said, okay, we're going to take 10 of us and go on the Democrat side and in the Senate, so you can't get a filibuster and stop this thing. And that's what they're doing. And so I am going to show you all the Republican senators, because I have a lot of people who, when this first happened, was basically all saying, well, gun control will never happen. And I keep telling you guys, it is, if they keep pushing this emotional thing here, and because they got people riled up, and people are calling into these guys, pushing these guys to vote for gun control. And what they really want is total gun control. They want to take the firearms completely away, especially.
So one of the things that
Go
people
ahead.
don't recognize is that not only with everything that you said, but also when you add to that the emotional part, there are people out there that do not own firearms that will have a say in whether or not there's a ban, or whether or not they support politicians that want bans, any of that stuff. So that's the key. It's not the guys like that we know that are all, Second Amendment and pro Second Amendment. It's those people who are on the sidelines. And the funny thing is I'm listening to you speaking, and I'm thinking about this. We did when we were doing the YouTube videos 2 years ago. We did this.
Hmm.
We spoke about this.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer than that.
We
And
predicted everything that was going to happen.
right. And the thing is,
Yeah.
people who don't see this don't understand. It's not the gun owners. Well, some new ones, but it's not all the gun owners that we're worried about. It's those that don't own guns. There are
Right.
many people out there that don't own guns that they really can care less one way or the other.
Right.
But those are the ones that will be swayed to say, well, nobody needs an AR-15.
Right.
Nobody needs a, whatever it is that you want to put in the parentheses. Okay. And if those people start to agree with them, now the politicians have the back end. So if you look at any
Yep.
of these polls recently, there's a poll out, and they said that 65% of Georgians agree with safe gun control.
And I wasn't polled. Were you polled?
Exactly. No.
Yeah. So they polled
Mhm.
people who are under basically anti-gun folks on their side.
Well, that's the thing. If you pick up, let's say 12 people, and that percentage that makes 65, I'm not doing all this damn math, but if you get the percentage, that's like what, 5 people say
Mhm.
that they're interested in gun control, or let me see, was it 5, 6, 7 people say that they're interested in gun control.
Right. That's 80% right there.
There you go.
No, yeah.
That's
So,
a high
yeah.
number. It's over
Yes, a high
65.
number. It's over
It's
65%.
right. It's about
Yeah.
65%. So now you got a
Yeah.
poll of 12 people. So I don't know if the sampling is that small or what it is, but those numbers can be construed. And what do we know of those numbers? Who were those people? So
Right.
if they're all people who are totally anti-gun out there, that's a biased poll.
But see, if they do a poll on MSNBC, only the people who are in for gun control is going to be watching that network.
Mhm.
And so that's going to be a screwed poll. It's the same thing, the polls that other networks is doing. And they wouldn't publish the polls sometime because the polls didn't work out in their favor. So yeah, it's all skewed, and so they're trying to put these numbers up and trying to say, hey, this is what's happening, this is what the American people want, so you should agree with it. You gun nut, you Second Amendment guy, you don't need an AR-15 for home defense. You don't need an AR-15 for hunting. You don't need a matter of fact, you don't even need the Second Amendment.
Right.
You know, it's an outdated document that was wrote back then when they had flintlocks. So
Mhm.
not weapons of war.
Right.
You know, what do you think the flintlock was used for in the revolution?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's to fight tyranny. So these 10 GOP senators, now the funny thing about these guys, every single one of them is not up for re-election. So you
Well, they're
have
not idiots.
no, they're not idiots. And here's one of them, Senator Cornyn from Texas. You know, these are rhinos. These are not Republicans. These are rhinos. That's what I call them. Senator Tillis, he's with the RNC, and Porterman from Ohio. Blunt from what is that? Minnesota. MO. What is MO? He's a
Missouri.
minority. This is a minority leader. Missouri, from Missouri. No, he's not the minority. Mitch McConnell is a minority leader. And you know, Susan Collins, she is up for re-election in Maine. Well, I think she is, if I'm not mistaken. No, no, she's not either. No, she's not. And Romney's not until next term out of Utah.
Right.
Marco Rubio, I'm surprised with him. You know what I'm saying? He's wishy-washy. Very wishy-washy guy. Then you got Lindsey Graham. Everybody knows Lindsey Graham's a turncoat. He'll sell you out as quick as he can.
So is there a potential that, say, these people get involved and they're there to make sure that it's limited and not a full?
Well, now Lindsey Graham, he did state he will not pass any bill that would take the American people's gun rights away.
Right.
He did say that, and I do believe him on that, because that's one thing he has done in the past. He helped stop the gun grabs before. And so, but I don't know if he's doing this now to capitulate with the Democrats. I don't know why you even want to work with them, because they don't even want to work. You got Toomey out of Pennsylvania, and Cassie out of Louisiana. And that's it. I saw 10 of them. So I recommend you guys getting online and calling these guys and letting them know um, how you feel about it. Be polite. Don't be disrespectful. And let these guys know up front that especially the red flag laws, tell them they can go ahead. They're gonna have to give something. And I think they're gonna give is at least um, the age. I see that happening. Yeah, I see that happening. And but the red flag laws, we don't need a national red flag law. I mean, each state has red flag laws and plots. Besides, there are holes in the red flag laws. An innocent person can get put on that red flag law. It's almost like the no-fly list. Now you gotta go ahead and tell yourself how to figure out how to get off of it.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Got a caller, Al.
Okay.
And Mike, Big Mike, you there?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me, Al?
Hey, Mike.
Yep. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's happening? We got you, man.
Yeah.
So,
what's going on, Phil?
So we just talked about the Senate gun control bill, where they have you're gonna have to cut down the audio on the back so it don't get a reverb. Then it won't confuse you because that's like a 7-second delay. And you can hear us directly through the phone, both of us at the same time.
Yeah, I just turned down the volume. I hear you better now.
Yeah. And we're just talking about the Senate gun control bill, where they're talking about raising the age limit and the 21 and the red flag law, national red flag laws. And what was the third one? I keep forgetting it. Oh, gun safety.
Gun safety in the schools.
Hardening the schools.
Mm-hmm.
We see the I see all three of them passing. Tell you the truth.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
And I see it in a suite.
Yeah, I got an unstable connection with you, Mike.
Bro.
Go ahead.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you good now. It's just it's giving me an unstable network. There you go. Right there, wherever you're standing at, whatever. That's good right there. Go ahead.
I moved further from my tablet. So
okay.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it was. But it's appreciate you taking the call. I really enjoy what you guys out here doing. You're spreading truth and trying to wake people up. And there's a lot of people out here that believe what the media is pushing, but they're going to push the narrative they want to sell, and all this stuff about gun control. It's all this stuff. I mean, look at all the states that have all these hard gun laws: New York, California, Chicago. That gun control doesn't work. So I don't know. And people get on TV and just straight out lie, So I believe in calling. I believe in calling the senators and making complaints. But a lot of these guys are motivated by money, So if you're not a millionaire, billionaire, your phone call is good. And I'm not saying don't call because that is doing something. But they're going to go where the money at. And then why go against what, you've been preaching for the last however many years of your career. And now you're going back, you're trying to pacify something, and you're probably pacifying someone or something with money, somebody, putting money in your pocket.
Right.
So that's just sad. That's just how it is, man. It's just,
so
they're going to control the narrative, and the money going to have the most influence on these guys.
So I asked you a question on your neck of the woods. What is the feedback you're getting? Are people paying attention to what's happening with this gun control bill?
To be honest, a lot of people they're not really aware. A lot of people are not what I would say true gun right believers. A lot of people have guns, and they think that The gun does the work. So they're not doing a lot of training. They're not doing a lot of research, and they don't understand the point. Sometimes you don't miss something until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
And a lot of people think like that. They think, oh, it's okay. It's not going to happen. Yeah, it can happen. And that's why we try to put people in place that are going to fight for our rights. But like I said, the biggest voice in the room is the dollar. The dollar has the biggest voice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sad to say. I mean, I hope I don't get into trouble, but Biden got on national TV and live.
Oh, yeah.
He was on the talk show and straight out live saying the bill he passed, the Brady bill, didn't do nothing. And they keep calling.
Go ahead.
Say that again.
No, go ahead. Go. I had something running in the background.
Yeah. He just outright just lied. Crime went up.
Mm-hmm.
Crime went up. It's a proven fact. You can just look at the numbers. Crime went up. Well, we're a little older than a lot of the guys out here that want to be firearm instructors and stuff like that, which not want to be, but people who are firearm instructors and want to be firearm instructors. We're a little older. Y'all here, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you
you
fine.
said it right.
I mean, you coming in crystal clear now.
Yeah. So the thing is that I was around. I was buying guns during the Brady bill.
Oh, yeah.
I had my weapons permit.
Me too.
I couldn't buy a weapon and leave out. I had to do a background check. The place I was going would wait till the background check came out, even though I had brought several guns from them in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I had to still wait. I remember with 10 round magazines, and anything past 10 rounds had for law enforcement only.
Mm-hmm.
I was around during that era. I saw it happen, and I saw crime rocket up.
Yeah.
So it does not work. We have data to prove it does not work. And if it wasn't for people like me and you and different people out here trying to spread the truth, you're going to believe that their lies. The president just outright lying. He just outright lied on national TV, and people clapping to a lie. It did not work. Mm-hmm. If it worked, why is Chicago and these other states, other cities, and other states crime sky high?
Right.
Exactly.
So you say gun control work, but look at the top states that have the most gun violence. Gun control does not work. And talking about the situation with school, how long with Columbine? You have to get a different plan, whether it's some way to lock the doors down of the classroom. The teachers got to understand you might need to be armed. You're putting yourself in a situation where you're giving people choice. Grown people give them choice whether they want to carry or not. It might have to be a mandate. Hey, you have to go through this firearm training to be a teacher, because you know who doesn't have a choice? The 4 or 5 year old kid, the 17-year-old kid, the 14-year-old kid that can't really carry a gun or have a gun. Those the ones have no choice when these active shooters come into class. The teachers are dope. The teacher has a choice. So we need to change the mandate. How long has it been? How many more decades we have to argue about whether teachers going to be armed or not? If you're going to be a teacher, that's going to be part of your mandate. If not, get the stepping. We're gonna have teachers that are going to train. They're going to have training twice a year. We're going to put money into that. Other stuff, metal detectors, all that stuff don't work.
Yeah,
don't work.
So, Mike, if you'll give me a minute real quick. I want to answer WKG. Yes,
we had somebody's asking a question about for you.
Okay,
so we're gonna read it to you.
He carries and he owns ARs, AKs. He owns all of them. He's on Instagram if you want to look him up.
So the question is for Big Mike: do you carry? Mm-hmm. And the answer we can both answer that ourselves, me and Al, because we know Big Mike personally. Big Mike is a well-known firearms instructor in the state of Georgia, and
defender.
And that's right. He's a hardcore dude. He's nobody to play with.
An American hero.
And do you own AR-15s, AKs? I don't know if you own an AK, Mike. Do you own an AK?
I don't. I own a Sega. I had AK. I got rid of it. I regret it. But I do have my Sega. I shoot a lot.
Okay. And then
I can brought another one.
Yeah. Good
he
luck.
Trains and he
one.
trains others.
Yeah.
Well. But what I want to say to you, Mike, in reference to the schools, and one of the things that I'm not gonna say we differ, but I'm gonna take another walkway. I think the schools need to be hardened by people who are warriors, people who are these young guys coming back from these different events that we've had across seas.
No, so they don't have PTSD.
Hey, there's not every one of them is uncontrollable. So get those guys and people who are dedicated. Yeah, even ones you don't have to. You have to get all of them. Just get some of them, and get those guys that are willing to train and willing to stay proficient. The same as you said, 2 years, maybe even every 3 months, having a qualification for them day and night.
I agree.
And those are the people who should be in, because teachers have a whole lot of things to put on their desk. And not only do they have to worry about studies, but a lot of these schools, especially the public schools, where a lot of these kids there are unruly, and the teachers have to deal with that as well.
Yeah. You put some hardened killers.
No, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I'm not saying
guys that wanted to be cops.
No. I want some stone cold hard dudes. So when he got to go to work, he just pick it up, go to work, then go eat a cheeseburger right after. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want in there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It has no sympathy about nothing. Just I mean, I do one job and one job only. When I get it done, I'm gonna go home and sleep good at night.
No, I think.
No, I think we lost you.
I made the idea around the teachers is because, I think.
You got to stay in one.
It's a lot of guns.
Got to stay in one spot. We keep losing.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, you keep coming in and out, Mike.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Whether they did better?
Yeah, it's a little bad. Yeah, right there.
So, but I agree with you. Is it better? It just like there for one security walking around. Dang on. That's it. It just has to be some kind of plan. Cut it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, they have. If you had extra officers and dedicated, like for a name, school resource officer, and that person is designed for that. Not only are they doing security, looking for a lunatic, but also
hold on now. I think he's
of the building.
Hold on, I think he's trying to say something. He's dropping out. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Mike. Mike.
Yeah, you need. We all know just because you got a gun don't mean you're. No, I'm a hard taking care of business and sleeping good at night. So whatever you got to, I'm listening. You got to come up with some more plan to put people in place that are gonna deal with these guys and make people. You got to have somebody. I think Atlanta not too long ago, been about 8-9 up with some point.
Okay.
And they'll tell you when they're in a situation when they think twice. Go somewhere break them yards up.
Yeah, we keep losing.
You got to.
You keep breaking up.
Okay, I don't know when. It changed the whole environment.
Yeah.
It changed. Is it better now?
Well, I still got an unstable network. Once this unstable network comes off, then I know I got a good connection on you. For some reason or another, giving me an unstable network.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Go ahead and try to do it now.
Yeah, but I think.
Oh, we lost him.
Lost again.
Go ahead, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's intermittent.
Yeah, it's intermittent. When you go into the sentence, all of a sudden it drops out. Then we hear the beginning and we miss the middle and hit the end.
Just when it gets good too.
Yeah. Just when it gets. Hey, hang up and call me right back. Yeah, hang up and call me right back. I'll bring you right back on.
Okay, let me do that. Bye bye.
Yeah. All right. Well, what are you gonna say, Al? Why he's you're gonna call back? We'll bring him back in.
I'm in agreement with him that the protection needs to be there, but I think the protection needs to be there from people who are dedicated protectors, and not add another responsibility to teachers. If teachers if they want to, then yeah, they should.
Mike Smith.
All right, here you go. Oh, we got a good connection on him now.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a good connection on you now. Well, we're dumped out, but go ahead.
I'm staying right where I'm in. I don't know what's going on.
All right, there you go.
I'm sorry about that, but
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, shows like yours are gonna hear me better now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you say
people, yeah, I'm
For some reason I was dropping.
put real open line.
That's interesting. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
yeah, we.
I don't know why.
Hold on.
I'm in the house.
I'm switched. I just switched something real quick on my end to make it better. Go ahead, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Can you hear better now?
Oh yeah, we got you now, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm walking around like, man, I don't know. I'm trying to watch everything.
Can't be walking around.
I'm gonna throw my phone in the trash, man.
No.
I'm walking around trying to get a better signal. I'm like, I'm about to buy a new cell phone.
I got you now, man. I just turned something off. I just there you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. Say your piece.
Yeah, but I appreciate you're saying you work with me through this. I get network is a signal problem. But something has to be done, man. And a lot of people, do a lot of talk, but it's not, not a lot of people really. They want everybody else to solve their problem. They don't want to be part of the problem solving.
Right.
As far as really going out there and do anything, man.
Right.
And so, you think about all these people who, talk and do different things, and as far as the nature of saying, well, you don't need a gun, but how many people have you trained over the last several years, the last few decades, that once they got robbed or something bad happened to them, the first thing they went and did is went and got a gun.
That's right.
So they're behind the curve. So they're behind the curve. So that's one of them. Two things they do: upgrade their security system and get a weapon. Those are the two things most people do. They upgrade their security system and get a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So
and never use it.
Police not gonna be there.
Nothing's ever gonna happen. Exactly.
Hey. Mom, I told, spoke to one of y'all earlier and just told you kind of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
My wife was in the situation. Man. So I can't really go into details now, but she was in a situation, and unfortunately, someone got hurt on the other end. But if it wasn't for my wife having her weapon and being in a situation where she reacted in a good time line, she might not be here today.
Right.
Wow.
So all that can't happen to you. I mean, man, right there we saw the whole situation unfold, turn, and she was up on guns, shocked the hell out of them. She got out of the area, but that gun might have not only saved her life, but might have saved that person's life, because it was a vehicle hit, and I believe the guys were getting in the vehicle to chase behind the person that had just shot it.
Mm-hmm.
And so right there, in light, security camera, police security camera with the light on, right there, right across the street from a fire station, 30, 40 yards from a fire station.
Right.
Wow.
And they opened up on the vehicle. Got out, opened up on two guys, got out, opened up on the vehicle. So all that stuff, it can't happen to you, or this and that. Hey man, it's real. And what would the police arrive 30 minutes later?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
just,
they're just there to clean up. That's all they're there to do. Nothing else, man.
Yeah, they come in and do they do the report. That's what they do. They do the report. Not saying they don't do their job. I don't have anything.
Well, that is their job. That's their job.
The bottom line, they're not. People think they're there to stop crime. They're behind the curve. I've been doing private security for over 30 years.
Right.
Yeah, I've been doing private security over 30 years. I'm the one that tell the officers what happened.
Right.
We're the one that inform them what happened. They come in, and after they come get our statements about what happened.
Right.
They're not there to deter or stop anything. And unfortunately, you can't think about Atlanta. 5 million people plus, right, in the metro Atlanta area. How many officers these guys? Atlanta only have 700 officers.
Well, they lost. How you going? They lost 3,000 during the last event. It was like 3,000 or more to quit.
Yeah, but the thing is that you can't 700 can't control just in Atlanta. It's probably 1 million people just inside Fulton County. I say 600,000 to 700,000. How 700 people going to protect 600,000 to 700,000 people? It's impossible.
They can't. Right.
So they can't do it, man. And so what I always say, we know the difference when you're armed. At least you have a choice. And when you're not armed, you don't have a choice. And people live in these nice neighborhoods and stuff, they coming. I do stuff in nice areas up in Buckhead and stuff, and people be surprised. It's prime there too. So, it is what it is, man. They're gonna push the narrative, whoever's gonna pay them, and you got the leaders and stuff like that spreading just outright lies.
Right.
And when people clap, I'm like, dude, did you research what he said?
No.
You're clapping. You don't know what the heck you're clapping about.
But it makes them feel good. That's why.
And people lie all the time.
The lie makes them feel good.
You know what you said? You know what you said? You know what you said? They're spreading fear.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to pump fear into these people to make them afraid. We got to do something. You understand why people getting shot with rifles? It's more people getting beat to death. There's more people getting stabbed than getting killed with rifles. Why do they keep talking about the rifles? Make all nines soft nines then. Behind handguns, nines are number 2.
Well,
people get beat to death more than they get shot with rifles.
Well, they got a plan for us. So their plan won't work unless they go ahead and do it to us. And I did hear today something very remarkable. I'm trying to share it without giving up too much information. The plant in the ammunition plant in Little Rock, Arkansas, that was bought by, you guys hear that buzzer? That was bought by Remington. Yeah, that was bought by Remington. Remington sold it because they were going bankrupt. And it was bought by Vista Outdoors. So Vista Outdoors is the plant in Little Rock, Arkansas that's actually selling the 5.56. That's how we get our green tips and all the other stuff. And to the public. So we just found out today that our White House no longer wants them to sell 30% of that ammunition to the American people. So that plant, I know for a fact, is going to retool and start doing ammunition for 6.5 Creedmoors. But if they stop selling 5.56, 30% of the market being taken away from 5.56, ammunition is about to go up. I implore everybody out there that's listening right now and share this with everybody. Get some ammunition. And Winchester plant in Salt Lake City. And so buy 5.56. Try not to buy it over the internet not because it's traceable, but because you're going to get killed with hazmat fees. And so if you can find ammunition locally, find it locally, get out of the metropolitan cities and go look for ammunition in the country areas if you can. Buy magazines, buy your 30-round magazines, and you better get them by the cases. And because that's the next thing they're going to try to go after too. This is not over by far. This is just the beginning. And they know they can bend over the GOP, and now only thing they need now is more shootings. Those will happen, and the news is going to put them front page because they don't care now if it's a black shooter or a white shooter or an Asian shooter. They just said shooter, and as long as he had a rifle, that's all that matters. Because they're going after the rifle now. And once they get rid of those AR-15s, high capacity magazines, United States people, you're done because they're not going to grandfather this stuff in. They're gonna want you to turn them in. That's what they're gonna want. And I don't know how they're gonna try to police that, but they're gonna try to figure out some way. But if you read the last bill, how they was gonna police it, if you take it across state lines, they're gonna hit you with a felony, and that's trafficking. And once you get hit with a trafficking felony charge, every firearm you own will be seized. Every single one. Yeah. You will you'll
never be able to carry a weapon again.
And you won't even be able to carry a pocket knife when they get through with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you just got hit
what people don't know about felonies also is that you can't carry anything to shoot a projectile. You can't carry a taser. You can't shoot a pellet gun. You can't shoot anything. A lot of other things people don't know. Felons can't even own a vest like ballistic plates.
Oh yeah, body armor.
Like, people don't know that they can't own body armor. So now you can't own any body armor. You can't have anything to shoot in a projectile, and you'll probably never be able to carry unless you get some kind of pardon or something from the governor of the president or
Right.
down the line. You'll never be able to care for the rest of your life.
Right. And they can't even be around people with firearms. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't even hang out with
unless
nobody
they're
with
working.
Yeah, unless they're working.
Unless they're working, have
Right.
some like law enforcement or some
Security.
license from the Secretary of State saying
Right.
you're doing security. You're
Right.
licensed, they can be around. Other than that, they can't be around at all.
Yeah.
And it's one other thing I want to talk about while we're on the phone. I thought about it because I'm going to do a video about it. But a lot of times, a lot of people don't know, and y'all have a good being a law enforcement and being around law enforcement officers for years. A lot of people don't know when they go to these different places and active shooters come in and the police don't go into the building, they're not mandated to go in.
Right.
A lot of people think that it's been a lot of cases where
that's a new policy.
The sheriff the sheriff in Florida a few years ago, a year or so ago, why he ain't going? He was found. They fined him, but he was found not guilty.
Right.
It's not even a lot of police precincts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're not even allowed to go in. You got Atlanta, you got the 15th. That's like the backup SWAT there, or they have to wait for SWAT. Henry County has it set up with 2 or more officers get there, they automatically go in. There's a lot of agencies, police, none departments, there's agencies that don't even mandate the officer to go in. So when they're yelling and fussing, you're gonna not go in and you're not gonna save our kid because the agencies don't want to take on that responsibility, liability. If something goes wrong, then the department gets sued. So we're paying for law enforcement officers. So if something going on in the schools with our kids, we're sitting there looking stupid. Why they didn't go in?
So
you know why? Because the agency told them they're not supposed to go in there.
Because you basically
it's bigger than that. It goes all the way to Supreme Court. They ruled that police do not have.
They ruled there were 2 different cases. Yeah.
Right. And then you basically,
when did I rule? When did I rule and come out? Was it last year or year before last?
A couple years.
The last one that came out.
1999 and 2000. There was one in D.C. and there's one in Virginia. Was the Supreme Court cases?
Yeah, but wasn't the same case with that guy in Florida just a few years ago? They said he wasn't liable.
Yeah.
Individual
Same
cases
case.
come up, and then they go back to the original case and say this is what the Supreme Court ruled. So other courts follow suit from the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't know that.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you asking
Protection
somebody
service,
to
no more.
But you're asking somebody who has training that they don't train all the time. For you to do assault training into a building, you need to do this all the time.
Right.
Now, their assault training is not the way militaries do it. Their assault training is clearing aggressively. And so that's what they're doing. They're not clearing. So the way the military do it, they clear aggressively, but they do it. It's all calculated. Yes, it's calculated. Sledgehammer. So, but they can't. They want them to clear this quickly, fast, get to the active shooter, then throw everything you got on that shooter and bring them down. Now, you better hope that's the active shooter that you shoot.
Right.
And it's not a teacher with a firearm. And it's not that already dropped the active shooter before you got there. Or a student that dropped the active shooter before you got there. And also too, when you get into that room, you really got to be keen on your bullet placement. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's going to be kids in that room. It's going to be other people in that room. Those other people might not understand.
Can't be a 65 shooter in a situation like that.
No. I mean, you asking these.
Yeah, no, they're not. They listen, guys. We already know they're nowhere near prepared to do that.
No.
The point I'm just making is that people yell and scream like they're supposed to go do something. Man, most departments, you do an active shooter 8-hour class mandate when you graduate, before you're going through the academy. You're not required to do any more active shooter training ever.
Right.
So, for the average officer, I mean, he's been through academy 4 or 5 years. He don't remember how to clear a room. He's not doing that. He's just been riding around a patrol car for the last 4 years.
And see,
you got they got guys. I don't want them to be behind me anyway. They might shoot me in the back out of nervousness.
Right.
Just being honest with you, I know they're nowhere near prepared. But I'm just saying the people they really don't know. Like you said, it went all the way to the Supreme Court. They're not liable. They don't have to go in the building. The agency got policies say do not go in there, and they're not prepared to go in there.
Right. And then you look at not only will they have to go in there, but looking at these guys, they haven't went up against anybody that's there to fight them. You know what I'm saying? So if because I know 3 guys can take out 30 at least if they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And so they haven't really the people that they're going up against is focusing on doing damage and carnage to the people that's unarmed people. But if that person was to turn and go after them, it'll be a whole different ball game.
Right.
You know, even that ball game would be different for the SWAT team, because I know for a fact SWAT team don't carry enough ammunition to do a standoff fight. You know, so it's there. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah, it's
that's true.
They're not prepared. They're not prepared for it all, and I think that's what's going to come down to. You're going to get some of these wackos that's going to get down there, and they're gonna do a standoff, and it's not gonna be pretty. You know, and that's going to be the last straw for the American people. And that's the one that's going to get everything taken away, you know, because these whack jobs.
Well, you know, a lot of these departments a lot of these departments got low standards because they want the officers to pass.
Right.
You know, I mean, we've been around. And I'm not talking bad a lot of law enforcement. I got respect for law enforcement, but a lot of them can't shoot worth crap, man. They don't train. They train when in-service come. They shoot a couple times a year.
Yep.
They really don't train at all. They can't do any dynamic movement. They can't shoot, move and hit the target. The qualification tests are really a joke, in my opinion. So, I mean, and they're shooting 80% or 85% on that, and nothing's shooting back at them. They're not really preparing for them. They don't do any, pad up and doing the force on force. It's just, and they just float on. They're not prepared, man. And
they got a lot under they got a lot under their belt. I mean, you got to know the law. You got to know also all the policies. Then now you gotta be proficient at gun handling. You look at the military.
You write reports every day. You gotta investigate accidents. You gotta investigate crime.
A lot to deal with.
Right. There's more to it than just kicking the doors.
Because if you look at the military and you look at somebody, that's all they do. Their job is day in, day out to assault something, take something out. You don't study nothing else except that. That's all you do. When you go train, you train to do nothing but be proficient at that. You don't have to write reports. You don't have to do none of the other crap, deal with the public. You just dare to do something dangerous. And so, and police officers, now they're given all this responsibility as police officers. Now we're saying, now you need to be an assault team. Right. You need to be able to, when we have something like this, we want you to run in there and take care of the problem. Don't even identify yourself. Just stop and drop whoever is doing this. So now
it's unrealistic,
and it puts us under stress. Because you can be that citizen in that area, and now you may have dealt with that situation, but you're not on that 911 call, and now you got to deal with these guys coming up on you, and it can get tricky for 1 second there, And
they're not prepared, man. Yeah. It's just a bad situation. Like with me, I train because I want to be good at what I do. We do reports, walk around and do all other stuff, and we got to know the law, elevation, and force what we can and can't do. But the bottom line is that I train because I want to be good. I've been in a situation. My training saved my life, so I want to be good at what I do. So I don't train just to be average. You know what I'm saying? But everybody don't have my same mindset. Everybody don't have y'all mindset.
That's the key.
I mean, I'm running y'all at the range all the time. It's not that I can't shoot. You can't shoot. We want to stay proficient in with our weaponry. So if anything happens, we have practiced so many different situations that we'll be better prepared to take care of it.
And I tell people all the time, sport, a perishable skill.
Yeah. My first. Hey, I've been blessed to go out with a lot of multi-millionaire athletes, entertainers. my first loyalty is my family.
Mm-hmm.
My first loyalty is my wife and my kids. And I try to tell people, you don't have to be a SWAT member. You don't have to be Navy SEAL or Green Beret. But you need to be the best you can be if something goes on around your family, because that's what you need to be in position to take care of. You're not going to be ever jumping out of a helicopter. You're not going to be in Afghanistan. We got Afghanistan right here. The night that situation, the other night my wife was in a situation, it was 5 shootings in Atlanta. 5 shooters in Atlanta. So, you know, the bottom line of it is that if you're not prepared, you're going to be behind the curve. You got to want to do this, and everybody, unfortunately, don't want to do it. True enough, they got a lot of stuff to do, but hey, you can get a car, you can go buy a big fancy house, take some time, put some money, get some ammo, and go out there and get trained. You don't have to shoot a lot of rounds. We don't have to shoot a lot of rounds to get, dry fire, go out there and live fire. You don't have to shoot a lot of rounds. You can take 50 to 100 rounds and just go out there and train. But you got to put that time in, man, because if something happens, you're going to default to the level of your training. Your mouth can say a whole lot of stuff. We done ran into a lot of hard-talking guys. But when it got down to it, they're going to default to the level of their training. And that's just it, man. So
right.
I applaud you two guys. Y'all are great guys. I call one of the guys Mr. Dead Eye. You know what I'm talking about. He outshot me. I told this story. I think I'm the man. He come out with an old Beretta. We were shooting. He come out, bro. He say, "Let me go get my Beretta." Man, he can't do that, bro. That man hit something beside a dime, about 10 yards, hit it. First shot, dead in the sun.
Well,
I said, man, when I come train with you?
Yes, sir, and you did.
I'm sharing your Instagram page, Mike. You guys go follow Mike.
Cool.
Go follow Mike on Instagram. 7 Mike.
7 Mike Smith.
Mike D. Smith.
Right.
And don't forget the D. The D for, right?
Defense.
Yeah, he's got some good videos. Mike's got some nice toys. I want to have some too like that. And let's go check him out. Support this brother. Give him some good thumbs up. He's out there, man, doing this thing. Yep. And we appreciate you, Mike, coming on the show.
Good family, man. Good father. Happy Father's Day, bro.
Man.
If I don't see you before Sunday.
Yeah. Same to you, man. Same to you. And I need to get out there. This year, we're going to get together, do some training. I know I missed the last class, whatever, but I'm going to slow down this year. And I'm putting y'all on my list to get out there and get some training with y'all, man. Y'all do a great job, and I got never respect for both of you guys. And thanks for letting me come on your show and talk.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
Thanks for coming through, bro.
Thank you, man.
Okay. Y'all have a blessed day. Talk to you
too. Bye.
You do the same.
Yeah, that was a good show with Big Mike. Yep. Big Mike, excellent. Yep, he is. He's a good person. He really is.
One of the things I'm going to say just as in a quick wrap up is that you can't just.
We're gonna show a commercial,
right?
Yeah.
You can't, and people always make assumptions, but you got to talk to people and listen to what they're saying in order to understand who they are and what they're all about.
Right. And this time we're gonna show our commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and wrap up the show. Let's see if we can get this baby to go. We always have problems. Always having problems. And
I often get the question, why train with Saber Team? And one of the things at Saber Team, we teach you from the basics on up. We do beginning classes where we get the fundamentals in play. We get sight alignment, sight mark, all your marksmanship principles in. We move forward from there, and we do advanced and intermediate training where we actually start teaching how to fight with a gun. That's the difference between shooting a gun and fighting with a gun. When you're fighting with a gun, you're trying to make hits. When you're shooting a gun, you're looking for bullseyes. We teach you how to move, get off the X, not move in a parallel motion, not be a robot.
When you get your grip, you're riding that down.
Oh.
So what I'm going to do for you is what I do when I have guns like that.
Okay.
Put your thumb right there.
Gotcha.
And it's going to take some work and effort for you to get it there. When you dry fire at home, get that thumb on the outside.
There you go. Get it. Good. So if you decide that you want to carry a gun, you just bought a new gun and you're ready to go, you need to come out and train. Whether it's with Saber Team or somebody else that's vested and vetted and has the knowledge and information that you need. And how do you find that? You reach out to them, you speak to them, you ask them serious questions about what they've done to get to a level of proficiency that will be able to transmit or transfer to you. At Saber Team, we've taken classes from everybody with big names, all the big names, you name it, and we've probably been to one of those training courses to learn how to fight with a gun. And then we then turn around and teach our students the same thing. So we implore everyone to come out and shoot with Saber Team because we are learning every day. We are the lifestyle of firearms and the Second Amendment, as well as self-defense. That's the key. You just can't shoot everybody. And we teach you who to shoot and how to shoot them. All right, Coach, put me in. I'm ready. Motivated.
Sometimes you wish you could shoot everybody, don't you? But you just can't. All right. We want to thank everybody for coming out and watching the show and giving us the support. Thank Big Mike for coming out and supporting the show too. You guys check us out. If we're probably going to do this show every Saturday night. We'll get more response, and it's a better night for everybody. And Saturday night about 9 o'clock. That's where we're gonna move this show to, and take it off for Thursday night. And it'll probably be better for everybody right now until July hit. Then we'll probably move it to a Sunday night. And so those are ideals we pinging around. If you guys agree with that, say something in the chat. Let us know. If you don't like it, let us know. We'll figure out what we're gonna do. But we're looking at the numbers, and the numbers have been looking pretty good on Saturday night. So that's what we're going to probably do.
We appreciate your feedback.
Right. Appreciate your feedback. So like and share. Remember, we're on YouTube, the Two Alphas Talk. Like and share. We're on Twitch, Saber Team 19, and Facebook, Saber Team Tactical LLC. Like it on Facebook and share it. What you got, Al?
Man, I'd like to thank you, Al Cornelius, for keeping us in the game. I know it was a little touch and go there with Mike and, not telling how far away he is from his mic and all kinds of things like that. But you pulled it through, man, because you're the radio man.
I got to make it work. Now look
right
behind me, guys. Upcoming classes: shotgun June 19th, rifle self-defense July 10th, basic firearms July 30th, and a shotgun class in August 6th. Nice and hot.
Oh yeah.
So bring some water.
Embrace the heat. Embrace the heat.
And be ready to train. So with that, we're gonna say see you guys on the range.
See you on the range, guys.
All right. Bye.